What's up guys, Bajheera here. Got some of my back workout from the other day to share with you. Now this video is not going to be too long, but I do want to address a question that I get asked a lot and answer a lot in mostly the same way. Right now, as you guys might know if you watch these videos, this is my bulking phase, and by bulking I mean I am eating an excess of calories in order to gain body mass, some of which will be muscle, some of which will be fat, but the increase in calories will also allow me to lift heavier, work harder, and overall just have plenty of energy and recovery for my workouts. And when people ask me this question, they're like, yo, Bajheera, I'm a skinny guy and looking to gain weight. So, what I always tell people, and what the actual truth is, you know, you have to cater your diet and your training to gaining weight. And by cater your training to gaining weight, I mean, honestly, all you gotta do is just put time into the gym. And if you take a look at the things that I'm doing with my workouts, that's what I would basically recommend that you do, because that's effective for me. So if you want an actual sort of workout style to follow, you can check out the exercises that I do in my videos and my rep ranges and go for that. However, I've also been training for a long time, so what I do might not be exactly what you need to be doing. But the basic idea here, for me, and in my opinion, and in my hopes for you guys, is that you'll watch these videos, see some of these exercises being performed, go try them for yourself, you know, get at least 3 sets in, and see how that goes. And if you want a more detailed sort of workout guide, I mean, I suppose I could post what I do for my workouts somewhere for you guys. Maybe I'll go over in detail exactly what I do. I mean, a lot of these videos are going over what I do. I mean, I show you about 2 sets of this, usually at least 6 sets that I do of any particular exercise, and my rep ranges go from 10 down to 6 generally, and as I increase the weight. So that gives you a basic idea of how I perform my exercises. And I do lots of different exercises, you know, that target whichever muscle group I'm trying to target for that day. But my main hope for you is that you will try out, you know, lots of different sorts of exercises, lots of different sorts of rep ranges and sets and recovery times, and see what works for you, see what you prefer. I mean, I've said this a lot of different times about multiple things, you know, exactly how you start, you know, in the particular manner in which you start is not as important as just getting started at all. So some people, you know, are held back by having this idea that they have to have the absolute optimal plan laid out before they begin. No, guys, just get going. Get to the gym, try out some of the exercises that you're seeing me perform in these videos, and see how you like them. Alright, now with respect to the dieting aspect, again, you don't necessarily have to have this ideal meal plan all laid out for you. I tell you what foods to eat, that's all you ever do. What I would prefer is that you start learning how to track macros, and by macros I mean your fats, your carbs, and your proteins, and have an arrangement of carbs, fats, and proteins that make sense for you and your goals. And if you have no idea where to start, I would suggest you go to myfitnesspal.com. I mean, it's free, that's what I use. It just helps you tally up your foods that you eat for the day. It gives you, you know, all the readouts of its fat, carbs, and protein, and then you just make sure that you meet your goals. And to give you an example, for me right now, I'm eating 4,000 calories a day baseline. I'm eating 500 carbs, 89 fats, and 300 grams of protein a day. So that's what I do, and it's working pretty well for me. I am gaining weight. I weigh about 210 right now, so I've gained about 10 pounds in the last 2 months or so. So all of that is definitely not muscle, but that's okay. I'm comfortable with gaining a little bit of body fat during a bulk. And if you are one of those people who wants to put on some body weight, I would suggest that you also be a little bit comfortable with the idea that you might gain some body fat along the way. Part of the way I structure my sort of leaning and bulking phases, it's just like a part of a natural biorhythm. There are times of feast when you gain a little bit more weight. You know, you gain a good amount of muscle with a little bit of body fat along with it, but that's no problem, because then in a couple months, you do a little bit of a dieting phase, which helps you trim off some of that body fat while maintaining as much muscle mass as you can. And then at the end of that dieting phase, ideally, you are bigger and stronger than you were when you started. And ideally, at the end of the diet, you will be as lean as you've ever been too. So that's generally how I sort of think about my natural biorhythm of gaining muscle mass, gaining body mass, and then trimming down the body fat that comes along with that bulking process. So to get back to the original question of how do you gain weight if you want to gain some muscle mass, get in the gym, train hard, and make sure you're eating plenty during the day. And if you eat a certain amount of calories, say you're eating 3,000 calories a day and you're not gaining weight, bump it up to 3,500. See how that goes for a month. If you don't gain any weight at 3,500, after a month or so, bump it up to 4,000 and keep going like that. If gaining weight is a goal of yours, and you pursue this goal intensely, you will gain weight. Just make sure the basics are that you're training hard and you're eating enough. And I promise you, if you do those 2 things, you will gain weight. And if this seems simple to you, it's because it is, guys. I know some people sort of just due to their body type have a harder time gaining weight than others, but I have full faith in you that if you eat as much as you need to eat and train as hard as you need to train, you're gonna gain weight. So anyway, thanks for asking the questions. I'm more than happy to answer them, and of course, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Peace!